So that is a nice little tangle. If I put this in the language of Oriental philosophy and religion, it would be something like this. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. One who abandons that desire attains nirvana, which is supreme peace, liberation. Nirvana means in Sanskrit, blow out. That is, exhale the breath. Exhale the breath. The opposite, desire, is to breathe in. Now if you breathe in and hold it, you lose your breath. But if you breathe out, it comes back to you. It comes back to you. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. So the principle here is, if you want life, don't cling to it. Let go. Let go. But the problem is, if I desire not to desire, is that not already desire? How can I desire not to desire? How can I surrender myself when myself is precisely an urge to hold on, to cling to life, to continue to survive? To survive. To survive.
What up, though?
The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. I can see rationally that by clinging to myself I may strangle myself. I may be like a person who has a bad habit, as a result of which he is committing suicide. And he knows that, but can't give it up, because the means of death are so sweet.
Yeah, how's everyone doing out there? What's up? Welcome to the Meaningwave. It's the Meaningwave. 252 days in a row. Sequential. Spectacular. Synchronistical. Special. Super special, baby. Super serial. Super cereal. Don't forget super cereal. What up, baby? How y'all doing? What up, James? What up, Patrick? What up, D-Man? What up, Regular Father? What up, Cindy? Hey. Unpronounceable Aesthetic 86. Been on a heavy Watts Wave binge lately. Big help against my jaded perspective against myself. Bless up. God bless you. Yeah! What's up, baby? It's Sunday. It's the Meaningwave Super Request Show. Super chat your Meaningwave Super Requests and you might get them played. Hey, maybe you will. How's everyone doing out there? How's everyone doing? What have I done today? Let me fill you in on what I've done today. I've done, I think it's three songs for February's album. The problem I've got now is like I can't show behind the scenes snippets on Instagram in the way that I used to. I did do a little one, but like, you know, gotta make sure that people can't hear the vocal because I don't want to spoil what the things are, you know. But if you saw my Instagram story or whatever earlier, you'd have seen some cool music. Maybe you heard some cool music, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, got 3 tracks done today. Laid out, arranged, edited, choruses written, chords in sequence, that kind of thing. Feels like it works. Batching the initial exoskeleton and muscle mass of the album is how I look at it. And the next stage is like painting, beautifying, you know what I mean? Putting on the skin and the beautiful features. Something like that. What else? Played a bit of Pikmin. Went for a walk. Ate steak. How about you? How was your Sunday? I mean, that's a holy day, right? That's a holy day. Feels pretty good. Yo, smash that like. Who's not yet smashed the like? Are the people in here who haven't smashed the like? Smash the like. Obi-Wan, you are our only like smashing thing. What up, Patrick? Hey, getting after it.
Get after it.
We had a real good stream this morning. Shouts out to everyone who was here this morning. What up, Full Killer? Full Killer was here this morning.
Akira.
Matt Photo Lounge says lazy Sunday beat lo-fi. Hey. We were really hyped this morning. I was trying to keep it chill this morning and completely failed. By the end of it, it was just ultra party. Just ultra. Just absolute ultra, you know? Sometimes it's impossible. We had like a hype train. We had like a level 6 hype train. If you don't know what that is, that's the thing in Twitch where everyone throws their money at the screen and goes crazy. And it's in levels. You have a level 1 and that's pretty dope. Level 2 is pretty dope. We had level 5 and it kept going. We had like 500% on a level 5, baby. People was going nuts. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Speaking of beautiful things, let's get it cracking. Who wants to hear some Meaningwave? I think we need a music video for this song. What about you?
I was talking about that.
Regulators! What up, Cosmic Kangaroo? Shouts out to Australia.
I think the 2 basic types of music indigenous to this country are the rock music, blues, and the kind of folk music that was brought over from Europe. And I guess they call it country music, or the kind of West Virginia high and lonesome sound. Those are the 2 main streams of root American music. It looks like 10 years ago what they call rock and roll was kind of a blending of those 2 forms. And I guess what's happening now is rock is kind of dying out and everyone is going back to the roots again. Some are going back into country and some are going back into basic blues. I guess in 4 or 5 years, the new generation's music will be, it'll have a synthesis of those 2 elements and some third thing. Maybe it'll be, it might rely heavily on electronics.
Tapes.
I can kind of envision
I can
kind of envision maybe one person with a lot of machines. One person with a lot of machines. One person with a lot of machines. Singing or speaking and using machines. One person with a lot of machines. One person with a lot of machines. One person with a lot of machines. Singing or speaking and using machines.
What up, Stephen Day? Whoa.
Singing or speaking and using machines. Singing or speaking and using machines. Tapes, electronic setups.
What?
Using machines.
Aye. Using machines. Using machines. Oh man. Using machines. Whoa! Yeah, that's from Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. Out now on all platforms up.
Perfect.
Yo, what's going on with you? Tony Chavez, what's cracking? What up, Bob? Bob. What up, Bob? Bob is everyone's favorite name. Bob. It's just so pleasing to say. It's just pleasing to have that coming out your face. Bob. Yeah! How's everyone doing? Yeah. What up, Nightbot? What up, Cindy Bailey? What up, YouTube hero Alex? Yo, what up, D-Man? Yeah. Oh, Bob, got news. Bob Optimus says, hey, Akira, I'm not homeless anymore. What? Oh, boy. That ain't good, then I don't know what it is. Whoa, that ain't nice, well, I don't know what that is. Yeah. Nice. That's epic, Bob. Good news, Bob. That's nice. I remember when I stopped being homeless, it was very cool. Yeah. Amazing. That up. What up, D-Man? D-Man, it's not Thursday. It's Sunday, D-Man. Sunday we do the Meaningwave Super Request Show where you request Meaningwave songs. Yeah! Thursday is Super Request Show where you request regular songs. Regular. Alright. Or Sivian. Or Australian. Even Ivan says, what up, Akira? My son Riz refers to himself as ruler of Venus thanks to you. Damn life goals. Yeah, of course you do. Shouts out to him and his little sister. Riz is a G. Riz is what, 9 or something? He got like a poster on his wardrobe that he made himself that's got Meaningwave logo and a What's Wave logo and a JBP Wave logo on it. And he's written on it, this is the ticker. He's written on it, Stoics no. That's that future ruler of Mars activities right there. What? Ah, shoot. People trying to mess around and make me get emotional up in here. What up, Bob? Optimus says, big ups to Akira. I said I'd throw you some money when I could. I can now. Thank you so much for your art. It's reaching people out here. Proud of you! Proud of you, baby, and crazy grateful to be of use in your existence.
You gotta get after it.
Blah.
I believe all of us humans have an equation, like, pi is 3.14. That's how you solve that equation. Every human being has a different equation. And there's not like some cookie cutter book of, hey, read this book and you'll be fixed. No, you gotta figure out your own personal equation. And once you figure out that equation, you now become a mathematical fucking genius. You gotta figure out your own personal equation.
What?
And once you figure out that equation, you now become a mathematical fucking genius.
Ow! Da-da.
And that's what this does. It makes you a fucking genius about who the fuck you are. And then from there, once you realize 3.14 is pi, you can solve any fucking equation in the world.
Perfect.
That's what it's about.
You dig?
The substance of the tree is carbon. Where did that come from? That comes from the air. It's carbon dioxide from the air. People look at trees
Doing the math, man.
out of the ground. Trees grow out of the ground. But if you ask, where does substance come? You find out, where does it come from? Trees come out of the air? They surely come out of the air. No, they come out of the air. No, they come out of the air.
Yeah.
The carbon dioxide in the air goes into the tree and it changes it, kicking out the oxygen and pushing the oxygen away from the carbon and leaving the carbon substance with water. Water comes out of the ground. Only it came out of the air, didn't it? It came down from the sky. So in fact, most of a tree, or almost all of the trees, is out of the ground. I'm sorry, it's out of the air. Now, of course, I told you the oxygen and carbon stick together very tight. How is it the tree is so smart and managed to take the carbon dioxide, which is the carbon oxygen, nicely combined, and undo that? Life. Life has some mysterious force. No, the sun is shining. And it's the sunlight that comes down and knocks this oxygen away from the carbon. So it takes sunlight to get the plant to work. And so the sun, all the time, is doing the work of separating the oxygen away from the carbon. The oxygen is some kind of terrible byproduct, which it spits back into the air, and leaving the carbon and water and stuff to make the substance of the tree. Then when we take the tree and stick it in the fireplace, there's all the oxygen made by these trees. And all the carbon would much prefer to be close together again.
Hey!
And once you let the heat to get it started, it continues and makes an awful lot of activity while it's going back together again. And all this nice light and everything comes out. And everything is being undone. You're going back from carbon and oxygen, back to carbon dioxide. And the light and heat that's coming out, that's the light and heat of the sun that went in. The
Sun that went in.
So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log. So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log.
Yeah. So it's sort of sun that's coming out when you burn
sun that's coming out when you burn a log. So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log.
Whoa, baby! Yeah, it is. Yeah, it do. Yeah, it be. Make some noise for Richard Feynman with his Meaningwave Universe debut. And what a powerful debut what that was. What a modern classic that is. We'll be counting down the Meaningwave top 50 for this past month later this week. And that track's doing real well, baby. I can let you know right now. That track's doing super good. People be rewinding that tune.
So, it all comes to this basic question.
What?
That human beings have for a long, long time been concerned about transforming their minds. Is there any way in which one's mind can be transformed? Or is it simply a process which is nothing more than a vicious circle? I could ask, why have you come here? What were you looking for? Why have you come here? What were you looking for?
Why have you come here, Alec Moran? What you looking for? Says yo, I'm so thankful the universe allowed me to stumble upon this community. Much love, everyone. Shouts out to you! Yeah!
It'd be too presumptuous of me to say that you were looking for help. That you hoped you would hear somebody who had something to say that would be of help and relevance to you as members of a world which is running into the most intense difficulties. A world beset by a complex of problems, any one of which would be bad enough. But when you add together all the great political, social, and ecological problems with which we are faced, they are appalling. And one naturally says, the reason why we are in such a mess is not simply that we have wrong systems for doing things, whether they be technological, political, or religious. But we have the wrong people. The systems may be all right, but they are in the wrong hands because we are all, in various ways, self-seeking, lacking in wisdom, lacking in courage, afraid of death, afraid of pain,
Akira.
unwilling really to cooperate with others, unwilling to be open to others.
Shit, when you put it that way, Alan.
I think that's too bad. It's me that's wrong. Why have you come here?
Why have you come here? What were you looking for? Aye. Why have you come here? What were you looking for?
Why have you come here?
What were you looking for?
Why have you come here?
What were you looking for? You doing? International high five, we're gonna do one. We are. All we need to know today is this. Where on God's green earth is your body at? Where you be? And why did you come here? What are you looking for? You don't have to answer it. You can answer it partially or fully. But Alan wants to know, and so does I. Yo! Yeah, press the wrong button. Yeah. It's interesting. I've done that twice in the past 2 days. Something must have broken somewhere in my brain. Like something went in that shoved something else out of the way. I don't know. It's pretty weird that I would do that.
Akira.
Klaus. Well, if this ain't nicer than what is, huh? Here we all are gathered like a bunch of Fonzies, you know, like a bunch of cool Fonzies. We got D-Man says a comment, peace. Bob Optimus says I want that many buttons. Yo, baby, all the buttons in the universe can be yours. There is an abundance of universe. Do you believe it? An abundance of buttons. Did I just say an abundance of universe? That's not even a thing. Yo, what's going on with my brain? Hey, ShrewMain45, live from Austin, Texas. Hello, neighbor. I'm here for meaning. As always, Sheila, Ferreira, Nashville, looking for blessings for Maz and Maz fam. David Ewing, happy accident. Indecipherable Aesthetic 86, I'm on planet Earth, came to MAZ to leave orbit. Works every time. Yeah, Steve S, live from North Texas. Here for the waves. Fool Killer Maryland, I came here for vibes and insights. Yeah. Mount Photo Lounge, much love from Phoenix, Arizona. I came here to chill and swim with all the other great DUCKS. Quack. Keith, calling in from camp. I came here to chase away the darkness. Today, boy, I needed this community today. God bless. Yeah, that's why we got to keep showing up. The D5 Bay Area, and in addition to swaying, I also just love the whole show. Hey, nice. Flag Hat Films, Morrison, Colorado. I'm here to ensure shared energy goes forward. Yes, D-Man, Tri-State, here for the vibes and the smiles. Hey. You know, once upon a time, I could not smile. Isn't that weird? And people would say, smile, Akira. I was like, I couldn't. I'd pull an angry face. I just couldn't do it. I could smile like a motherfucker these days. Hey! I can totally smile on cue. And here's the thing I do, and this is completely true. And I tweeted something about this, and someone responded really meanly. But like, I've now got it down, because you know the thing, if you force yourself to smile, you feel better, right? So I started doing that a lot, and I was just basically doing it like every 10 minutes. It's kind of like the way I used to smoke. You know, now I will smile. And now it's become a habit, and I do it without needing. It's like breathing. So I just noticed myself doing it. I'll be making a song, and every 8 minutes or something like that, great big fuck off grin. Hey, so it's like if you use a smack edge, you know what I mean? You have to keep banging yourself up with smack every 45 minutes to 90, I guess. I don't know. It's quite often. Smackheads have to bang up quite often. It's surprising how often they'll be doing it. Same with cigarette people, you know, and I used to be a cigarette person. And I used to live with smack people, you know. But like, you do the smile thing, and like, that becomes a habit. You'll find yourself habitually doing a big grin, and then like, ooh, you're suddenly feeling good, you know. And you might have been slipping a bit in your mood, and that'll bring you back up. So I would recommend doing that. Anyway, I tweeted something to that effect, and someone responded and said, "You're such an insincere lying cunt," or something like that. Which made me smile even harder. Oh, yo. Oh, God bless them. What a horrible place they must be in to think the idea of someone like smiling a lot isn't possible. Like, that must suck. What a place to be. Anyway, what up, Bob? Thomas says, Jug One Keeper, Kansas City, here for the badass community of positive vibes. Matthew Coat, Harvard. Oh, my chat keeps scrolling away. That's gonna mess up my whole day. Come back. Where's all my people going? Oh yeah, here we go. Jules Vaughn, the legendary. Denver, Colorado. D-Man's laughing. Everyone's laughing. Bob's laughing. What's everyone laughing at? Regular father in Maine. Apparently I came here to offer some love to Keith. God has a way of putting us where we can help each other. Ain't that facts? Osivian Melbourne, here to make this place better than the way I found it, even if it's just 0.0001% better, but hopefully more. You know, that's a lot. That's an awful lot for one Australian. That's a huge amount. And what are things to pick up? What are rocks to pick up and bear? You know, that's epic. Shouts out to you. Bob Optimus, Maine. David Ewing, doing it and doing it well. Haha. Patrick Smith, Victoria Harbour, Ontario, was looking for meaning. Watson JBP led me to Akira. Let me see.
Akira.
Ow, ow. Defcon 25 Blades, SINY. The crew on your gear said it best. Slums of Shaolin. Searching for that meaning like the masters of that clan. If you're listening on the podcast, I'm wearing my vintage Wu-Tang Iron Flag shirt that I got sent by the record company in 2000. Or was it 2001? Either way, that's vintage. That's real vintage. That's like a 20-year-old shirt. I've had this for 20 years. I've managed to keep this on me. Do you know how many places I've moved? Do you know how many different buildings I've been in? Do you know how I've been all over the world and I've somehow managed to keep a hold of this shirt and I am wearing it right now. That is a good quality shirt. That's what that is. Whoa! Michael Dodrell, Maryland. I came here to believe in my power. Well, here we go. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Zark, Van City represent. Glad I got off work early today to catch the stream. I'm glad you did too. I'm glad you did too. Thought object, what a sense of despair. When the sense of despair creeps in, listen to your jams and it pulls me right out of it. Feels like it works. Yeah! What up, Bob? David, D-Man. Did we get everyone done? No, there's so much chat. So much chat. And now this thing has scrolled away. Darian Barr says, I can't click the unfollow accidentally in this stream. Why not? I'm pretty sure you probably could. I think you've got it within you. And love. Oh. All right, fine. You get an international high five. Of course you do. Tiger style. All right, get ready. This one's going to be epic. All right, you ready? Raise it up. Aim for the elbow. 3, 2, 1. High. Fire. Yeah. Hold it. Hold it. Woo. Nice. Let it go.
Greetings, thanks, and congratulations. The Kenyan graduating class of 2005.
There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks over at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?"
What the hell is water?
This is a standard requirement of U.S. commencement speeches, the deployment of didactic little parable-ish story. The story thing turns out to be one of the better, less bullshitty conventions of the genre. But if you're worried that I plan to present myself here as the wise older fish explaining what water is to you younger fish, please don't be. I am not the wise old fish.
Yeah.
The point of the fish story is merely that the most obvious, important realities are often the ones that are hardest to see and talk about. Stated as an English sentence, of course, this is just a banal platitude. But the fact is that in the day-to-day trenches of adult existence, banal platitudes can have a life or death importance. Or so I wish to suggest to you on this dry and lovely morning.
What the hell is water? What the hell is water? What the hell is water?
Ah.
What the hell is water? What the hell is water?
course, the main requirement of speeches like this is that I'm supposed to talk about your liberal arts education's meaning.
Ooh. What has?
Try to explain why the degree you're about to receive has actual human value instead of just a material payoff. So let's talk about the single most pervasive cliche in the commencement speech genre, which is that a liberal arts education is not so much about filling you up with knowledge as it is about, quote, teaching you how to think.
Smash that like.
Think.
Smash that like.
If you're like me as a student, you've never liked hearing this, and you tend to feel a bit insulted by the claim that you've needed anybody to teach you how to think. Since the fact that you even got admitted to a college this good seems like proof that you already know how to think. But I'm going to posit to you that the liberal arts cliche turns out not to be insulting at all. Because the really significant education and thinking that we're supposed to get in a place like this isn't really about the capacity to think, but rather about the choice of what to think about. If your total freedom of choice regarding what to think about seems too obvious to waste time discussing, I'd ask you to think about fish and water and to bracket for just a few minutes your skepticism about the value of the totally obvious.
What the hell is water? What the heck is water? Huh?
What the hell is water?
Riddle me that, Batman. What the heck is water? What the blessed bless is. What the bless is bless.
What the hell is water?
Yeah. Alright.
What the hell is water?
Malak O'Sullivan in the yeet seat says, ooh, this yeet seat is comfy. Yeah. You know, it's a beautiful view from the top of the world, you know, from the top of the spaceship.
What the hell is water?
Hey.
What the hell is water?
Aye.
What the hell is water?
Make some noise for Terence McKenna. If you got any Terence McKenna emojis, use them now. If they do not exist anymore, ignore me.
Say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen. Draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done. To push the envelope of creativity and language. And what's really important is, I call it the felt presence of direct experience, which is a fancy term which just simply means we have to stop consuming our culture. We have to stop consuming our culture. We have to create culture. Don't watch TV. Don't read magazines. Don't even listen to NPR. Create your own roadshow. The nexus of space and time, where you are now, is the most immediate sector of your universe. And if you're worrying about Michael Jackson or Bill Clinton or somebody else, then you are disempowered. You're giving it all away to icons which are maintained by an electronic media, so that you want to dress like X or have lips like Y. This is shit-brained, this kind of thinking. That is all cultural diversion. And what is real is you and your friends and your association, your highs, your orgasms, your hopes, your plans, your fears. And we're told, no, we're unimportant. We're peripheral. Get a degree, get a job, get a this, get a that, and then you're a player. You don't even want to play in that game. You want to reclaim your mind and get it out of the hands of the cultural engineers who want to turn you into a half-baked moron. is being manufactured out of the bones of a dying world. Where is that at?
Where's that at?
Where is that at?
Aye.
Where is that at? Catalyst to say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen, to draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done, to say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen, to draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done.
Hey! Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your mind.
Catalyst to say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen, to draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done, to say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen, to draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done.
Reclaim your mind. Yeah, that was Catalysts featuring Terence McKenna from the new album Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. I say new, it's been out for about 6 weeks. I guess that ain't new. This counts as new still, I think. 3 weeks old, is it? Something like that. This is ridiculously good, by the way. Shouts out to everyone involved in this record. And shouts out to Aus Ivan 07 who chose it. It says, I've been playing this relentlessly lately. Applies to everything. Yeah, it do. Yeah, it do, baby.
Now you may say, I need some help in this process, and therefore I am going to find someone else to help me. It may be a therapist. It may be a clergyman. It may be a guru. It may be any kind of person who teaches a technique of self-improvement. Now, how will you know whether this person is able to teach you? How can you judge, for example, whether a psychotherapist is effective or just a charlatan? How can you judge whether a guru is himself spiritually wise or merely a good chatterbox? Well, of course, you ask your friends, you ask his other students or patients, and they're all, of course, enthusiastic. You have to be enthusiastic when you bought something expensive. If you bought an automobile which turned out to be a lemon, it's very difficult to admit that it was a lemon and that you were fooled. And it's the same when you buy a religion or an expensive operation. But what people do not sufficiently realize is that when you pick an authority, whether it's a psychotherapeutic one or a religious one, you chose it. You chose it. You chose it. You chose it. In other words, that this fellow or this book or this system is the right one is your opinion. And how are you competent to judge? After all, if you're saying to this other person or other source, I think you are the authority, that's your opinion. So you cannot really judge whether an authority is a sound authority unless you yourself are a sound authority. Otherwise, you may just be being fooled. You may say, for example, I believe that the Bible is the Word of God. All right, that's your opinion. I know the Bible says it's the Word of God, but it's your opinion that the Bible is not lying. The church says the Bible is the Word of God, but it's your opinion that the church is right. You cannot escape from that situation. It's your opinion. You chose it. You chose it. You chose it. You chose it.
Bless up our 7. You chose it. And what you chose was you chose it. That's the song from the album What's Wave, How to Be a Better Person, featuring Alan Watts. Out now on all platforms. That's an epic record. That's an epic record. I do indeed love that record. Yo! It's Sunday, baby, and like we always do it this time, it's the Meaningwave request show. So we're taking Meaningwave requests. Super chat your Meaningwave requests if you have a specific Meaningwave song you want to hear. Oh, shouts out Cernovich for tweeting this.
You've become like this big
what a guy.
Leader. What do people come up to you and ask you the most?
How do I do it? How am I able to do what I do on a daily basis?
What?
You know, how do I fight the demons? Because they hear me speak and I'm very raw and real. How do you fight my insecurities? All these things. They're there every day. They're every day. I'm in the search for a feeling. I'm not in the search for a trophy. I'm not in the search for love. I'm not in the search for more followers on social media. When I started this journey years ago, I realized that I'm going to be somebody, and I'm searching for a feeling. I'm searching for a feeling. Searching for a feeling. I'm searching for a feeling. Searching for a feeling. A feeling of true victory for myself. And only myself. The second I shut out the whole world and realized that one thing, that I am in this world alone. I'm fighting this race by myself. Yeah, I'm all about people, I'm all about team, I'm all about that shit. But I'm really all about right now and in my life, no one knows the real truth about me, how hard I really go. I don't care if anybody knows. I don't want anybody to know. I'm an introvert. I live an introverted life. And I love that about me. That right there is my fuel. I know that there's really no one out there grinding like me. If they are, so be it. If I know about you, I'll make sure that I up my game. I'm searching for a feeling.
Whoa.
Searching for a feeling. I'm searching for a feeling. Searching for a feeling.
Akira.
That's what the mentality is all about. My whole thing is a mentality thing. I view myself as the weakest person on the planet Earth. My goal in life was to, in my mind, believe I'm the hardest man alive. Can't hurt me? That's what it's about. It's about whatever you think you are, you have to make that dream a reality. That's where the hard part is. How do you keep grinding every day? You have to make those insecurities, those fears. Like when I was 300 pounds, I didn't have any drive. I'm gonna go be a Navy SEAL. What kind of stupid shit is that, 300 pounds? There wasn't like a drive to go be a Navy SEAL. I was an insecure, lying kid, afraid. I had to look in my insecurities and in my fear and find drive in that. We're all looking for passion. Passion's all around you. You have a whole fucking stack of it all around you. It's your insecurities, all that shit. You gotta dive deep in that shit. It's all in there. All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. It's all there. You got a lot of stuff to do to overcome. And that's where I found it. I found it right there in my own insecurities. I found drive in my own insecurities. That's the most powerful thing in the world. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable. I'm searching for a feeling.
Hey!
Searching for a feeling. I'm searching for a feeling.
I'm searching for a feeling. Yeah! Yo, that's one of my favorite songs. That's from the album Goggins, featuring David Goggins. Searching for a feeling. That's one of their melodies. I had that melody for so long, and I decided against singing anything. I just put it on a guitar, you know, and a synth line. And I remember the first time I listened to that song in full, I drove through downtown Los Angeles on an e-scooter. And I had an all-over body chill and nearly crashed. Yeah! That's life, man. Merry fucking Christmas. Aye. Shouts out to everyone locked in. What up, Andrew, Sundoku? Said we'd love to keep the McKenna and the what's coming if it vibes. It vibes. It definitely vibes. Thanks for choosing Meaningwave. And thank you for choosing Meaningwave. What up, Bob Optimus? I think that song you asked for will sound real good somewhere towards the end.
Now, you see, if you do that, you do at least give yourself a chance. And it may be that when you are in this way freed from busybodiness and being out to improve that, your own nature will begin to take care of itself. Because you're not getting in the way of yourself all the time. You will begin to find out the great things
that you do are really happenings. The great things that you do are really happenings.
For example,
no great genius can explain how he does it.
The great things
that you do are really happiness.
Yes, he says, I have learned a technique to express myself. Because I had something in me that had to come out. If I were a musician, I had to learn how music is produced.
How music is produced.
If I want to describe something, I have to learn a language so that others can understand it. I need a technique. But then beyond that, I'm afraid I can't tell you how it was that I used that technique to express this mysterious thing I wanted to show you. If we could tell people that, we would have schools where we would infallibly train musical geniuses, scientific miracle minds. And there would be so many of them, we wouldn't know what to do with them. Geniuses would be a dime a dozen. And then we would say, well, these people are after all not very ingenious. You know, PhDs, how many of them are there? Because what is fascinating always about genius is the fellow does something we can't understand. He surprises us. The great things
that you do are really happiness.
The great things
that you do are really happiness.
For example, no great genius can explain how he does it. The great things
that you do are really happiness.
But you see, just in the same way, we cannot understand our own brains. Neurology knows relatively little about the brain, which is only to say that the brain is a lot smarter than neurology. Yet there is this, which can perform all these extraordinary intellectual and cultural miracles. We don't know how we do, but we did. We didn't have some campaign to have an improved brain over the monkeys or whatever may be our ancestors. It happened. And all growth, you see, is fundamentally something that happens. But for it to happen, two things are important. And the first is, as I said, you must have the technical ability to express what happens. Secondly, you must get out of your own way. The great things
that you do are really happiness.
The great things
that you do are really happiness.
For example, no great genius
can explain how he does it.
The great things
that you do are really happiness. La la ba la ba 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 la ba. Aye. La ba ba la ba 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 la ba. La la ba la ba 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 la ba. La ba ba la ba 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 la ba. RAC makes nuts.
How am I to get out of my own way? If I showed you a system, let's all practice getting out of our own way. It would turn into another form of self-improvement.
Alright.
See, here's the dynamics of this. And we find this problem, you see, repeatedly throughout the entire history of human spirituality. In the phraseology of Zen Buddhism, you cannot get this by thinking. You cannot attain to it by not thinking. As getting out of your own way ceases to be a matter of choice. When you see that there's nothing else for you to do. When you see, in other words, that doing something about your situation is not going to help you. When you see equally that trying not to do anything about it is not going to help you. Where are you? Where do you stand? You're nonplussed. And you are simply reduced to watching.
Yeah! The great things that you do! Akira The Don and Alan Watts from the new album What's Wave Has to Be a Better Person. The streaming platforms, all of them. Download it from a Bandcamp. Check out Meaningwave.com for the epic merch collection, which includes Velvet Pants. Velvet Pants with a beautiful artwork of that album on it. Who'd have thunk such a thing could exist? Who could have guessed that such glory was possible? Yo, me. That's who. Aye. Yeah. Concentrate every minute like a moment, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all other distractions. Yes, you can, if you do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life, and stop being aimless. Stop letting your emotions override what your mind knows. Stop being hypocritical, self-censored, irritable. You see how few things you have to do to live a satisfying and reverent life? If you can manage this, then that's all even the gods can ask of you. Alright! Yeah, keep on degrading yourself. So, soon your chance at dignity, it will be gone. Everybody gets one life. Yours is almost all used up. Now, I want you to treat yourself with respect. You've entrusted your own happiness unto the souls of others. Unto the souls of others. Aye, your external things distract you. Then take time to learn something worthwhile. Stop letting yourself be pulled in all directions. Just make sure to guard against the other kind of confusion. People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every out and impulse towards wasting all their time. Even when hard at work. Even when hard at work. Up goes on in other people's souls. No one ever came to grief that way. But if you won't keep track of what your own soul's doing, how can you not be unhappy? Hey, don't ever forget these things. The nature of the world, your nature, how you relate onto the world, and what proportion of it you make up. That you are part of nature, and no one can prevent you from speaking and acting in harmony with it. Always. Hey! Yeah, keep on degrading yourself. So, soon your chance at dignity, it will be gone. Everybody gets one life. Yours is almost all used up now. But instead of keeping yourself with respect, you have entrusted your own happiness unto the souls of others. Unto the souls of others. How could you do that? Huh? How could you do that? Come now. Aye. Aye. Oh boy! What? Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Yeah, what's cracking, baby? How y'all doing out there? It's Super Sunday. It's Super Meaningwave Sunday. It's the church meeting. Put your hands to the ceiling and say, Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hey, yo, there's a special request coming up right now. That, by the way, in case you didn't know, in case you're like, what the f*** is this? This is amazing. Yeah, that's right. That's Meditation. That's from Meditations. Volume 1. Akira The Don and Marcus Aurelius came out this year. Very epic. It's a whole album of that stuff. Can you believe it? Imagine discovering this and being like, wait, what? You get a whole album of Marcus Aurelius songs and you just straight up singing / rapping the translation, and you haven't like made it all riggedy rapidy and added like unnecessary contemporary swear words or nothing. What the goodness? What the goodness? What the goodness? Anyway, this next track is for Luke Cap. Alec Moran requested it for Luke Cap. That's a beautiful thing to do. Hey!
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. And you would, of course, be able to alter your time sense and slip, say, 75 years of subjective time into 8 hours of sleep. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys. Goggins, music beyond belief. Music beyond belief. Music beyond belief.
Smash that leg. Yeah.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And then after a couple of months of this sort of thing at 75 years a night, you would be getting a little taste for something different. Akira. You would move over to an adventurous dimension where there were certain dangers involved and the thrill of dealing with dangers. And you could rescue princesses from dragons and go on dangerous journeys, make wonderful explosions and blow them up. Eventually get into contest with enemies. And after you've done that for some time, you'd think up a new wrinkle to forget that you were dreaming, so that you would think it was all for real, and to be anxious about it, because it'd be so great when you woke up. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And then you'd say, well, like children who dare each other on things, how far out could you get? What could you take? What dimension of being lost, of abandonment of your power, what dimension of that could you stand? You could ask yourself this, because you know you'd eventually wake up. After you'd gone on doing this, you see, for some time, you would suddenly find yourself sitting around in this room with all your personal involvement, problems, etc., talking with me. How do you know that's not what you're doing? Could be. Because after
What would you do if you were God?
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to. 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 I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted to.
What would you do if you were God?
We on the ultra like me. This is a God thing. This is a God dream. This is everything.
What would you do if you were God?
We on the ultra like me. This is a God thing. This is a God dream. This is everything.
What would you do if you were God? What would you do if you were God?
We on the ultra like me. This is a God thing. This is a God dream. This is everything.
What would you do if you were God?
We on the ultra like me. This is a God thing. This is a God dream. This is everything.
What would you do if you were God?
We on the ultra like me. This is a God thing. This is a God dream. This is everything.
What would you do if you were God?
We on the ultra like me. This is a God thing. This is a God dream. This is everything.
What would you do if you were God?
Oh! Hey! What would you do if you were God?
What would you do if you were God?
This is a God thing. This is a God dream. This is everything. We on the ultra like that. We on the ultra like that. This is a God thing. This is a God dream. This is everything. Everything.
Yeah! Oh boy. Oh man, I was wondering if that was going to work. Ha!
That the watching self, or the observing self,
Boom!
behind all our thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, that last one was for Luke Cap and Alec Morant.
That is to say, when the police enter a house in which there are thieves, the thieves go up from the ground floor to the first floor. When the police arrive on the first floor, the thieves have gone up to the second. And so to the third, and finally out to the roof. And so when the ego is about to be unmasked, it immediately identifies with the higher self. It goes up a level. Because the religious game is simply a refined and highbrow version of the ordinary game. How can I outwit me? How can I one-up me? So, if I find, for example, that in the quest for pleasure, the ordinary pleasures of the world, food, sex, power, food, sex, power, all this becomes a drag. And I think, no, it isn't there. So I go in for the arts, literature, poetry, music. And I absorb myself in those pleasures. Food, sex, power. I absorb myself in literature, poetry, music. Those pleasures. Food, sex, power. I absorb myself in literature, poetry, music. Food, sex, power. Literature, poetry, music. Food, sex, power. And after a while, they are the answer. So I go to psychoanalysis. And I found out that's not the answer. I go to religion. Still seeking what I was seeking when I wanted candy bars. I want to get that goodie.
Get that goodie.
Only I see now that of course it's not going to be a material goodie. All material goodies fall apart. But maybe there's a spiritual goodie that's not going to fall apart. But in that quest, the quest is not different from the quest for the candy bar. Same old story. Only you've refined the candy bar, made it abstract and holy and blessed and so on. So it is with the higher self. The higher self's your old ego. And you sure hope it is eternal. Food, sex, power. I absorb myself in
literature, poetry, music.
Those pleasures.
Food, sex, power.
I absorb myself in
literature, poetry, music.
Those pleasures.
Food, sex, power.
I absorb myself in
literature, poetry, music.
Those pleasures.
Food, sex, power. Da 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 Oh man, what a great record that is too. Do we have any bad ones? Let's see if we can find a bad one.
Akira.
Nope. Can't seem to find a bad one. Oh, here's one with Prince on it. Oh, shoot. Yeah!
One thing I wanted to say is,
One thing I wanted to say is, Whoa.
Don't be fooled by the internet. Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you.
It's cool
to use the computer, don't let the computer use you. Y'all saw the Matrix.
Y'all saw the Matrix. There's a war going on, the battlefields in the mind, and the prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. There's a war going on, the battlefields in the mind, and the prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. Oh. Whoa. Meaningwave Autonomous Zone, make some noise. I'm gonna throw that chat on screen. Flood that chat. Yeah. There's a war going on, the battlefields in the mind, and the prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. There's a war going on, the battlefields in the mind, and the prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. Be careful. Alright. Be careful. MAC! Be careful. Alright. Be careful. Bow, bow. There's a war going on, battlefields in the mind, and the prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. Yeah! That's from Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. The prize is the soul. featuring Prince Rogers Nelson, speaking at an awards ceremony in 1999, 21 years ago. It's Sunday, baby. It's the Church of Meaning. Put your hands to the ceiling. Repeat after me. Hallelujah! Hey. This everybody's favorite new hymn. This is a song called Grace.
Do you want grace?
I want grace. We want
Well,
grace, yeah.
ask God. Maybe He'll give it to you. Theologian will tell you, yes, God gives His grace freely. He gives it to all because He loves all. It's here like the air. All you have to do is receive it. Or a more orthodox, a Catholic Christian would say, all you have to do is to be baptized, to take the holy sacrament of the altar, the bread and wine, the body and blood of Christ, and there is the grace right there. And it's given by these simple physical means so that it's very easily and readily available. Well, a lot of people got baptized, and it doesn't always take. People fall from grace. Why do they? You see, we're just talking about the same old problem, but we've put it a step up.
Hey!
But it's the same problem. How can I improve myself? Was the first problem. The second problem is, you want grace.
I want grace. We want grace, yeah.
You want grace.
I want grace. We want grace, yeah.
You want grace.
I want grace. We want grace, yeah.
You want grace.
I want grace. You want grace, yeah.
How can I accept grace? They're both the same problem.
Whoa!
You gotta make a move. Which will put yourself out of your own control into the control of a better. If you don't believe in the Christian kind of a God, you can believe in the Hindu kind of a God, who is your inner self. You see, you've got a lower self, which you can call your ego. That's that little scoundrelous fellow. Always out for me. But behind the ego, there is the Atman, the inner self, the inward light, as Quakers would call it, the real self, the spirit, which is substantially identical with God. So you've got to meditate in such a way that you identify with your higher self. How do you do that? Well, you start by watching all your thoughts very carefully, watching your feelings, watching your emotions, so that you begin to build up a sense of separation between the watcher and what is watched. Do you want grace?
I want grace. We want grace.
Do you want grace?
I want grace. You want grace, yeah.
Do you want grace?
I want grace. We want grace, yeah.
Do you want grace?
I want grace. We want grace, yeah. What up, Alec Moran? A man like Alec Moran says one of my goals in life is to accumulate enough wealth to be able to donate, to be able to get every single Meaningwave vinyl album made vinyl. Yeah, boy! Let's get after it. This stuff is life-changing.
As it were, no longer carried away by your own stream of consciousness.
I think it will happen, baby.
Impassively.
Yeah!
Impartially. Suspending judgment and watching it all go on. That seems to be something like progress. At least you're taking an objective view of what is going on. Of what is going on. You're beginning to be in a position to control it. But just wait a minute. Who is this self behind the self? The watching self. Can you watch that one? It's interesting if you do. Because you find out, of course, that this is just as the problem of grace is nothing more than a transposition of the first problem. How am I to be unselfish? By my own power. It becomes how am I to get grace by my own power.
I want grace. We want grace, yeah. Aye. I want grace. We want grace, yeah. I want grace. We want grace, yeah. Ah, poop. I just came up with a really nice melody harmony for that I really like, and it's not on the record. That's annoying. I had to time travel. Go put it on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In comparisons, the way that people do, Theophrastus says, those done out of desire, worse than those done out of anger, which is good philosophy. The angry man seems to turn his back on reason out of a kind of pain and any convulsion, but the man motivated by desire, who is mastered by pleasure, seems somehow more self-indulgent and less manly in his sins. Theophrastus is right and philosophically sound to say the sin committed out of pleasure deserves a harsher rebuke than the one committed out of pain. The angry man is more like a victim of wrongdoing, provoked by pain to anger, while the other man rushes into wrongdoing on his own, moved to action by desire. You could leave life right now. That determine what you do and say and think. You could leave life right now. You could leave life right now. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. You could leave life right now. You could leave life right now. Yeah, aye. If the gods exist, then to abandon human beings is not frightening. The gods would never subject you to harm. Aye, aye. And if they don't exist and don't care what happens to us, well, what would be the point of living in a world without gods or providence? Aye, but they do exist. They do care what happens to us, and everything a person needs to avoid real harm, they have placed within him. If there were anything harmful on the other side of death, why they would have made sure that the ability to avoid it was within you. If it doesn't harm your character, how can it harm your life? Nature wouldn't overlook such dangers through failing to recognize, or because it saw them but was powerless to prevent or correct them. To prevent or correct them. Aye, nor would it ever, through inability or incompetence, make such a mistake as to let good and bad things happen indiscriminately to good and bad alike. Aye, good and bad alike. Aye, good and bad alike. Aye, but death and life, success and failure, pain and pleasure, wealth and poverty, all these happen to good and bad alike. Aye, good and bad alike. Aye, good and bad alike. Aye, good and bad alike. But death and life, success and failure, pain and pleasure, all these happen to good and bad alike. And they are neither noble nor shameful, and hence they're neither good or bad. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. You could leave life right now. You could leave life right now. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. You could leave life right now. You could leave life right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Aye. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Aye. Whoa! 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 Level up, level up. Level up, level up.
One of the things I tend to do is to look at symbolic representations through the lens of evolutionary biology, rather than assuming that these representations are mere superstitions or play no functions. Like we have the idea that there's a deity that's fathered-like, so it's a disembodied spirit in some sense, that's eternal, that has eternal characteristics. It's like, okay, well, strip it of its metaphysics.
If you strip it of its metaphysics.
And just look at it as a biological phenomena. It's like, well,
what might the idea that
there's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. What might that be a reflection of? Well, it's like, well, there's you imitating your father, but your father imitated his father, and his father, and his father, and his father imitated his father. So, in some sense, what your father actually imitated was the pattern of fathers across time. And you can think of the transcendent father as the pattern of fathers across time. When a child imitates his father in pretend play, when I'm pretending to be my father, I'm observing my father across multiple situations. And then I'm abstracting out the commonalities in behavior and attitude across those situations that make him father. And then I incorporate that and dramatize it in my pretend play. It's unbelievably sophisticated. And so it's what the child is doing in pretend play is coming to embody the disembodied spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. So you think, well, that is a disembodied spirit. It's a disembodied spirit that's incarnated in the collective of fathers across time. What is that? Well, it's a judge, that's for sure. It's a judge.
Akira.
Even when you interact with the hierarchy of men who are currently alive, something can be abstracted out of that. It's like the patriarchal spirit. And if you don't think that's judging you, you are not thinking. It's absolutely judging you. That's what rank orders you in a hierarchy. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, spirit of the Father.
Yo, that was a special Sunday request to the Church of Meaning for Word XP. Shouts out to you and your family, baby. Whoa! What up, Alan?
Then the great problem is how to get that higher self working.
How does it make any difference to what you do and what you think? I know all kinds of people who've got this higher self going, practicing their yoga, but they're just like ordinary people. Sometimes a little worse. And they can fool themselves. Fool themselves. They can fool themselves. They can say, for example, well, my point of view in religion is very liberal. I believe that all religions have divine revelation in them. But I don't understand the way you people will fight about it. You fight, say that we, Jehovah's Witnesses, have the real religion. The real religion. Others say, well, we Roman Catholics have it. And the Muslims say, no, it is in the Quran. And this is the right way. This is the right way.
This is the right way. This is the right way.
This is the right way. This is the right way. This is the right way. This is the right way. This is the right way.
This is the right way.
And somebody else gets up and he may be a rather highbrow Catholic and say, well, God has given the Spirit through all the traditions, but ours is the most refined and mature. And then somebody comes along and says, well, as I said, they're all equally revelations of the divine. And in seeing this, of course, I'm much more tolerant than you are. You see how that game is going to work? See, I could take this position. Supposing you regard me as some sort of a guru, and you know how gurus hate each other. They're always putting each other down. And I could say, well, I don't put other gurus down. See, that outwits all of them. See, we're always doing that. We're always finding a way to be one up. And by the most incredibly subtle means. So you see that, you see? And you say, I realize I'm always doing that. And tell me, how do I not do that? How do I not do that?
This is the right way.
This is the right way. How do I not do that?
This is the right way.
How do I not do that?
This is the right way. This is the right way. This is the right way.
How do I not do that?
This is the right way.
How do I not do that?
Hey.
Why do you want to know? Well, I'd be better that way. Yeah, but why do you want to be better? Why do you want to be better? Why do you want to be better? You see, the reason you want to be better is the reason why you aren't. We aren't better because we want to be. Because the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Because all the do-gooders in the world, whether they're doing good for others or doing it for themselves, are troublemakers. Troublemakers. On the basis of kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree. Kindly let me help you or you'll drown, said the monkey, putting the fish safely up a tree.
Defcon 35 Blaze says, hey, think about Dr. Doom. Great leader for his people. Problem to nearly everyone else. What a jerk.
Here we are. It's the beginning of another great day.
What is it?
A sunny summer day.
Oh!
It's the best day.
Oh, shoot.
For
sneaky extra international high five?
I'm going to read you a quote from Norm Macdonald.
3, 2,
and he says this.
1. Sneaky extra.
The
idiot sees the world as evil versus evil.
The cynic sees the world as evil versus evil. The truth that no one seems to be able to see is that the world is and always
has been a battle of good versus good.
Versus good. Versus good. Versus good.
Don't I know it?
Wow.
Wow.
This is profound. This is the situation we find ourselves in. There are not two sides in which one is good and one is evil. There are two sides in which one feels that it is good and it believes, incorrectly, that the other one is evil. But both sides are pretty sure that their version of the world is the good one. Wow. The world is, and always has been, a battle of good versus good. Versus good. Good. Versus good. Good. Versus good. Versus good. Don't I know it? Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Hey.
He's got clout.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Walking mall poet asked if we'd play this yet, and we hadn't played it yet.
He's got clout.
Da-na-na. Da-na. Da-na.
He's got clout.
The sense that you just have to go on.
Whoa.
That life is a must. When you say to anything spontaneous, see, life is spontaneous. It happens, in the words of the Taoists, Ziran, which means of itself so. That's their Chinese expression for nature.
Yeah.
What happens by itself, what isn't pushed, but it just pops up, you see? You came into being, you know? It happens in a kind of a plop way like that. See? Now, you can't tell that process. You ought to happen. You must happen. Because that puts a bind on it. In the same way as when you have a child and all the relatives that come to a party on Thanksgiving, the child into the middle of all the relatives and say, now dear, play. Now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. Say now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. See, it absolutely bugs the child to do it like that.
Whoa!
And so this is the problem for every artist. Because an artist is a man who makes his living by playing. Whether he's dancing, painting, or playing music, or whatever it is. And he has to overcome this problem. He has to know how to play in public at a given time on an appointment. See? Now that's not an easy thing to learn. But when you catch on to the trick of it, you can do it. To play on demand.
Whoa.
That's the hardest lesson of life. To contrive what is called by my Japanese artist friend Saburo Hasegawa a controlled accident. Now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. Say now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. Now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play. Say now dear, play. Now dear, play. Play on demand, play on demand, play on demand, play.
Whoa, hey, thanks. Whoa.
Men don't struggle for power.
Demon!
That isn't what men do. Not if they're civilized. They size each other up and elect the competent to lead them. And they do that at every level of society. I worked in a rail crew in southern Saskatchewan. They're rough guys, like a lot of them have been in prison, you know. And when you first came onto the rail crew, you got a stupid nickname and people teased you. And I remember this one kid called Lunch Bucket. That was his nickname because he came to the rail crew with a lunch bucket that looked like his mom had packed it. That was a bad idea. So they named him Lunch Bucket, which he wasn't very happy about. Well, that was a mistake. He should have taken it with a smile. And then he was always peevish and irritable. And if you asked him to do something, he'd whine. Soon, there's about 60 men on this crew. It stretched out about a quarter of a mile down the tracks. Soon, anonymous harassers were throwing pebbles at him during work. We had hard hats on, so the game was, let's see if we can hit a lunch bucket in the hard hat with a pebble. And then that was purposeful because he couldn't take a joke. It's like, well, let's see if he can take this joke. Clunk. And then he just got more and more peevish, and the pebbles got bigger and 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 bigger.
Pick out the biggest rock you can think of.
And you know, a week later, Lunch Bucket was gone. Having not learned anything from the experience. But you know, the men were testing him out. It's like, can you take a joke? Can you be useful? Can you at least be amusing? Is there something worthwhile about you? like, no. It's like, okay, well then, you're out of here. Because you never know when we actually might need to depend on you.
Where is the lunch bucket now? Someone needs to sort this out. We need a documentary. Someone who wants to make a documentary. There's a ton of people out there who like filmmakers, and they don't know what to make a film about. Make a film about Lunch Bucket. Where is the Lunch Bucket? Hunt him down. Yeah, this one goes out to Mason. What's cracking, baby?
We don't understand the world. Like, I do think the world is more like a musical masterpiece than it is like anything else. And things are oddly connected. Now, you know, I know that sounds new agey and it sounds metaphysical. I'm saying bluntly, this is speculative, right? I'm feeling out beyond the limits of my knowledge. I'm not willing to dismiss
the mysterious. The mysterious.
I'm not willing to dismiss
the mysterious.
I've experienced the mysterious
in a variety of different ways, and it's very mysterious. Very mysterious.
We certainly know that we're bounded by ignorance, and there's far more going on than we know or can know. We do. The problem is when you start to speculate, it's a projection of your imagination. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because knowledge advances through projection of imagination. But the problem is, you can see yourself reflected back at you, and then it's self-fulfilling. And so you can see what you want. The mysterious.
The mysterious.
I'm not willing
to dismiss the mysterious.
I've experienced the mysterious
in a variety of different ways, and it's very mysterious. Very
mysterious.
It is an It is an
hashtag finding lunch bucket.
It is an
This one goes out to Wet XP.
It is an amazing thing in our culture. Everybody is afflicted with ontological guilt. For example, if a policeman comes to the door, everybody is instantly frightened. You wonder, what on earth have I done? And there are certain clergy who are absolute experts in making you feel guilty. They are really marvelous. And there are clergy of all kinds, for all classes, and for all levels of intelligence. And they can make you feel real guilty. Only you have to watch always what games people are playing. You have to watch always what games people are playing. You have to watch always what games people are playing. You have to watch always what games people are playing. Now you see, the thing is that really is a puzzle. They don't admit they're playing games. And when a person is playing games and doesn't admit that they're playing games, then you have some kind of a trickster who isn't being fair to you. Now, of course, the game, that this game is not a game, has a certain kind of a fascinating quality to it. How mixed up can we all get? Let's try.
How mixed up can we all get? Let's try.
See? There's a certain possibility in that. I would like to go insane and be as insane as anybody has ever been and be the farthest out crazy nut in the world. See? That's a game. But it's not a good game. It's a game being played by a person who didn't really understand that everyday life was a game too. And I think the most important thing is to admit this. Only you have to
Watch always what games people are playing.
You have to
watch always what games people are playing.
You have to
watch always what games people are playing.
You have to
watch always what games people are playing. Yeah, you do. Watch always, baby, what games people are playing. I believe that was Poetic Spit. Yeah! You have to watch always. You have to watch always. You have to watch always what games people are playing this Christmas. Woo! Aye. Oh! 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 Yo, this is brand new from next week's A Lo-Fi Christmas Miracle. Head on over to Meaningwave.com today to get your Meaningwave Christmas garments. Get yourself Christmasified. Oh, we got so many cool things. We got the Lo-Fi Christmas joggers. They come in velvet, by Jove. We got the Lo-Fi Christmas hoodie. It's a really, really beautiful hoodie. We got a Meaningwave Christmas. Look at that design. It's so beautiful. If you're listening on the podcast, it's like black, purple, Christmas pattern. Very nice. Ow! Yeah, baby. We got it all, baby. And you know, the coolest thing you can do at Christmas is take one of those photos with like your favorite people, your family, your brothers and sisters, your homies. You know, you're all dressed up exactly the same. Like the tallest person's on the right and the shortest person's on the left, you know. And you make like a slope and you're all looking in one direction. I would advise you order a load of Meaningwave Christmas clothing, pose that photo, and win the Christmas card of 2020 competition. Whoa! YouTube Hero Alex is correct. This is the 2020 collection that is available for the next 3 weeks or something like that. Yeah! Yeah, yeah! You better not love, you better not. Ooh! Told you I was bringing back bass lines. Did you hear that shit? Whoa! 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 Ah, yeah, we got sax on that O2. Merry Christmas, baby. That was Lo-Fi Santa's coming to town from next week's album, A Lo-Fi Christmas Miracle. You can pre-order that on Bandcamp today, and you can head on over to Meaningwave.com today and get your Meaningwave Christmas gear. Get that Meaningwave Christmas gear, baby. Get Christmas sorted. Don't fuck around. It's Christmas. Only happens once a year. This is the most anticipated Christmas of all time. Of all time, there has never been a Christmas more anticipated than this Christmas. Not last Christmas, this Christmas. I gave you my heart, and the very next day, You still had it. You looked after my heart, 'cause you're so cool. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas to you. Yeah. Hey, thank you for being here tonight. This was a fun show. What a lovely show this was. How do we keep having wonderful shows? Will we ever have a terrible show? Will we ever have a sad show? Will we ever have a miserable show and angry? No! Epic shows only. Glorious, joyful shows only. And epic improvements only. Did you notice any improvements tonight? Did you notice any slight level ups, some slight differences? Did you notice any little things? A couple of little things happened tonight. And I'm very glad they did. Very, very glad they did. And yeah, and they bode well for the future, by Jove. They bode real good for the future. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Now, we gotta have one last song. One last song. Won't last long. But don't worry, because we'll be back tomorrow. And there's lots of Meaningwave records you can play while we're not live. You know, you can do that. It is a thing you can do. And also, I am going to bring back Meaningwave Radio. Don't worry. I just haven't made time to do it yet. Other things have taken priority. But I will bring it back. Don't you worry about a thing. But yeah, this is a heavily requested song. Heavily requested. Heavily loved. A beloved record. A modern Meaningwave classic. Indeed. Make some noise as I bring to the stage Charles. There he is. What up, Charles? Aye. We had the time, we had the power, we've yet to have our finest hour.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men, with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful. and old age of security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power. But they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
M-A-Z. Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. All right. Thank you for being here. God bless. God bless you all for being here tonight. What a wonderful thing. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful night. Shouts out to everyone locked in. Shouts out to everyone on the replay. Shouts out to everyone who is here live and contributed their energy, their support, their excellent requests. There was a gang of great requests, by Jove, and you heard them. You heard them tonight, baby. Woo! Man. This ain't nicer than what is. Big shouts out to everyone who supported during that thing. D-Man, Bob Optimus, Os Ivan, Andrew Sundoku, Alec Moran, Walking More Park, Wood XP, Luke, God bless all of y'all, Mason, boom. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to all the members. If you want to support the channel, you want to support Meaningwave in general, becoming a member of the channel is a good thing to do. You can become a member of the channel and get access to the emojis and downloads of the music, of mixes, dropping a mix tomorrow for you, and other such business. We got a donate page over at meaningwave.com. People keep asking, so I put a page together. It's got the Bitcoin address, it's got the Venmo and the Cash App, and all the places you can donate and support. That's at meaningwave.com/pages/donate. It should be a slightly simpler address, but I haven't worked out how to do that just yet. I was able to allocate 25 minutes of time to that the other day. Meaningwave.com/pages/donate, or you could just go to meaningwave.com and you'll find it in the navigation at the top. Yes, you can also go to meaningwave.com and buy stuff like that epic Christmas merch or this epic Meaningwave monolith, available for a limited time. Beautiful 16-gauge steel sculpture created by a Meaningwave community member, fan, epic individual, bad motherfucker, and steel artist. You go to Patreon, you can do shit there. Patreon shit. You go to Bandcamp, download the music there. People say, Akira, where's the best place to download music? That's up to you, really. But Bandcamp is good because you can choose whatever formats you want, you know? So if you like Flax, you can get Flax. If you like WAVs, you can get WAVs, all that. You know? Follow us at Twitch, TWITCH. We're there every morning at 7 a.m. CT doing epic party shit. It's pretty ridiculous, but we are. You know, we'll be there tomorrow morning, 7 CT. We'll be here tomorrow night, 7 CT. You know? We built this city on meaning. Bap. But hey. If you want to support the wave and all of those things are out of your means, there is something you can do that everybody can do. And that is to let someone know today, baby. Let them know the truth of the matter, and the truth is this. Meaningwave exists! Oh, yeah, it do. And you know, you can do that in all sorts of interesting ways. You know, you could print out one of those pieces of paper and it with the little tags on it that people pull off. You know, if you lost a dog or you want a saxophone teacher, you know, and you could print one of those out that says Meaningwave exists, and you could nail it to a tree. You know, you could do that. Similarly, you could write it on a little sticky note and stick it on the fridge of your communal abode if you're sharing with people and they don't necessarily know. You know what I mean? You could do that. You could write it on sticky notes and just stick them everywhere. You know what I mean? If you happen to be in the vicinity of a university or a bus stop or a phone box. You know, if there's a phone box in your town, those things used to be full of prawn postcards when I was a kid. I don't know if they still are. I haven't been in a phone box for a long time. Last time I was in a phone box, I was changing into a superhero costume, you know? But I don't got to do that anymore because I do all my superheroics right here. You know, there's lots of ways you could do it. You could make a phone call. You could do some canvassing. You could go knock on some doors and say, hey, good news. I'm here to share the good news. And they'll say, oh, come now. We're already Jehovah's Witnesses. And you go, oh, no, not that. Not that. It's the thing about Meaningwave existing. And they go, come inside. That would be wonderful. We would love to hear about the existence of Meaningwave. Thank you very much. You know, that's a good way of doing it. Anyway, yes. So those are all things you could do. And I look forward to hearing about you doing them, you know. Let me know. Send me pictures. Send me videos if you're letting the world know Meaningwave exists, and I will post them on my social medias. Send me writings, and I will post those on my social medias. If you haven't noticed, I've been doing that a bit lately. And people seem to really like it. My Instagram suddenly became really popular because I've just been posting, like, letters you send me, basically. And people love reading about people's stories of finding Meaningwave and it being useful in their lives, by Jove. And that's a wonderful thing. And, you know, we are very grateful here at Don Studios. Mama Don, Hercules, and I are very, very grateful to be of use in your lives. By Jove. Hey, by 5, 3, 2, 1, by 5. Hey, thank you for being here. See you tomorrow. Peace out.